We are on this slippery downhill slope now. Hi, welcome to Vlogtober day 24. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box just below this video. How are you all today? I can't believe we've only got a few days left together in this vlogging everyday format. This month seemed to have whizzed by. Well, this whole year has whizzed by, hasn't it? I was sat thinking last night about what we might be able to do for our last few days together. Throughout October, you've mostly followed me through my day-to-day, and we've had a few themed videos popped in here and there. So we vlogged some projects, we chatted about what I purchased at the marketplace. But I was wondering if there's anything particular you'd like me to chat about. I'm not making any promises. It obviously is time dependent on what I get to do. But yeah, I thought I'd throw the floor open to you, and if I can't get round to answering any questions or doing some of the things that perhaps you would like to see, then I was thinking maybe I could add them as content to the regular weekly vlogs when we go back to that format at the end of the month. So far, I have been asked to go for a wander down the pier, which I can definitely do. We've been to the seafront a couple of times, but we haven't actually been on the pier. I'll probably try and do that at the weekend if the weather is nice to us, because that means I can actually go in the pier pavilion, which is the big building at the front. That's only open during the day, so hopefully we'll squeeze that in either Saturday, Sunday, or maybe even Monday when I've got my day off. I also have been promising for ages to do a how I drop spindle video, so hopefully I can get some content for a segment on that over the next few days. And last night I was rearranging and gathering things to put into my new Notions pouch that I was gifted at the weekend, and so I thought maybe we could do a tour of my Notions pouch at some point as well. So what do you think? Is there anything you'd like to see? Anything you'd like to know? Within reason, of course, although I do probably overshare, so there's probably not many topics that are out of bounds. Ooh, quick costume change there. It's quite warm up here. It's raining again today, but yeah, it always gets quite warm up here in my craft room. I went to bed really early last night. I was dead on my feet, so I was in bed by, I think, 9:15, which is most unheard of for me. But I'm feeling much better for it this morning, so that's good, isn't it? I managed to finish the socks that I started at the retreat, and that was about it last night. Oh, I did quickly rewatch the last few days of my Vlogtober videos, which was quite a strange experience in itself. But I've got some notes in front of me, and I'm going to try and work on my journal for half an hour this morning before I head out to the shop. I need to get into the shop early again today. Oh, that's 3 days running because I left the shop window empty last night. So I need to start putting together a new autumnal / Halloweeny kind of display. But I've got a little bit of time before I have to head out. So I thought I'd do a little bit of stamping and watercolouring for the days that I needed to catch up on in my journal. And I also yesterday remembered, let me go get it, to bring home this infernal ball of yarn for my never-ending Canady shawl. So I'm going to wind this up as well. With only sort of 7 days left of October, I think it's very unlikely that my Canady shawl is going to be finished again this month, which is kind of frustrating, but it's my own fault because I ran out of yarn a few days ago, well, more than a week ago now probably, and I just kept forgetting to bring it home. So I'm going to wind this up before I leave this morning, so I have no excuses when I get home tonight. That reminds me, the other thing that I had a request for was to show how I am going to turn my sock tube, ta-da, into socks. So I will try and put in a segment about that as well. It's all going to be light dependent though, because it's just after 8 and it's only just got light here, and then when I got home last night I think it was getting dark by 6:30, so that I'm kind of rushing against daylight hours at the moment, and my studio light still has not arrived. Frustrating. I had a message to say it had been delayed. So yeah, this might be on the cards as well, so we shall see. I'm probably going to have a lot to film at the weekend to try and squeeze it all in, but that might leave us short of some things to chat about for the next few days. I did get asked on yesterday's video how I choose what tea to drink, because I have a massive tea collection. I'm kind of a creature of habit. I have a cup of turmeric tea every morning. Through the day at the shop, I either drink like a proper brew, Yorkshire tea I drink, or sometimes I'll have a box of like a fruit tea at the shop, which I work my way through. At the moment I've got some chocolate super berry burst from the English tea shop. Some of these teas aren't really teas before I get any comments, they're more infusions, but it's a catch-all term, isn't it? So yeah, when I say tea, that's kind of interchangeable between things that actually have tea leaves in and things that are just herbal concoctions, witchy brews. Witchy brews sounds more apt for this time of year, doesn't it, with Halloween approaching. And on that note, my face is looking really pale and ghosty in this light today. So I think we're spooky all round. Right, must stop chatting and get on with some stuff. So I've started decorating my journal page, so I thought I'd just quickly show you what we have so far. Up here on day 16, we went for a little walk in the autumn sunshine through the trees. So I had this kind of stamp in the paper artsy stamp set that I used to stamp the Christmas balls last week, and I thought it kind of looked a bit like trees, so I popped that on. It didn't stamp out super well, but I think that should be okay by the time I've written over the top. And then on day 17 we had me chatting about the new Shetland Wool Week annual, which had just arrived, so I'm using my Happy Mail stamp there. Day 19, is that right? 18 was the Knit Tea Retreat social night, so I thought laughter was a good sentiment for that one. 19 was the Saturday of the Knit Tea Retreat, and in that set that had that lovely kitty with the party hat on was a jar full of hearts, and I thought that pretty much sums up how full I felt at the end of day 19. Day 20 was the Knit Tea Retreat Marketplace, but I haven't put anything on that yet. Day 21 was the day that I failed to vlog, but I spent the day with Caroline and we went to see Maleficent at the cinema, so I'll write a little bit about that, but I thought the friend stamp was the perfect one for day 21. I haven't put anything in for 22 yet, and then yesterday for day 23 we were chatting a lot about tea, so I've kind of sketched out a really rough teacup and decorated it up, and I'll put a little bit of more sort of detail around the outlines once the paint has dried there. So yeah, that's how we are looking so far. So this evening I'll just need to, if I get time, come back and fill in some text, and I'll need to restamp a couple of the numbers. I've coloured in all of the numbers with the watercolour pencils. But yeah, some of the numbers have disappeared somewhat, so I'll need to rectify that as well. Hopefully I've just got time to wind up this ball of yarn before I have to head out. I'm cutting it close. I wanted to be leaving the house by now, but it's self-imposed deadlines, so 5 minutes winding up a ball of yarn's not going to hurt anyone but me. Okay, so I have an empty window, a box in front of me labelled autumn/Halloween. I have a few props that have been donated by some of my customers. Let's see if we've got enough to make a new window display. I did it. I've got a really basic display in. I tried to time lapse some of that. I didn't do it all because essentially I didn't think you'd want to watch a couple of minutes of me, of my giant bum in the window. But hopefully I might be able to cobble something together. If you haven't just watched a time lapse, then you know the footage went awry. But here's what we have. So this is how things look from the inside of the shop. We've got lots of autumn leaves, both on the sort of window ledge and also hanging. I've got my witch's dress at the end there with a couple of witchy hats. We've got a little pumpkin patch this side. I need to make some more pumpkins. Last year we had tons. I think I must have borrowed some from a customer. So the pumpkin patch, looking a little bit bare. So I might make some of those this morning. And then in the middle, I've got a bowl of eyeballs and some ghosty props and a pumpkin prop that one of my customers brought in. So I'll take you outside and show you what it looks like. We're probably going to get quite a lot of reflection from the window, but I'll do my best. So not bad for a super quick window display, I think. Luckily we had most of the things that we needed. I'm not sure if my time lapse would have showed, but I had a really early customer who saw the lights on and came in, so that was cool. And also I had a giant delivery. Let's flip you around, from Stylecraft. Ooh, can you see that? Try and show you the other way. So yeah, giant bag of yarn from Stylecraft that I will need to try and sort out at some point today. But I also have 2 groups in the shop, so who knows when that's going to get done. This is a real insight into the non-glamorous side of being a yarn shop owner. I have a ton of cardboard boxes hanging around, taking up space in the office, and it's rubbish day today. So one of the things on my to-do list is to break them all down and get them ready to put out tonight. Look at that hot mess. It's 6:15 and I've been home for about half an hour. I managed to run out of battery on my phone. I'm not sure if I forgot to put it on charge last night, or maybe I just was using it for quite a long time when I was doing the time lapses this morning. So no footage from this afternoon, but I think we're going to have a fairly long vlog today. I've been doing some boring household bits and pieces since I've got home, and James has just messaged me to say he's on the train on the way home, so he has finished his London part of his work week, so I'm looking forward to having him home. Until he gets here, then I am free to do what I want. Now I've done the boring old housework. Sorry, I'm just checking. I can hear rummaging and rustling in the background. It's that pesky cat. She's up to something she shouldn't be. So I'm going to sit for a little while and work on my journal until it gets to the point up here where I can't see. And then for the rest of the evening, I'm going to be working on my Canada shawl. I didn't get a chance to unpack that large order that came in today, so that will be something for me to look forward to tomorrow. It was just busy this afternoon with groups in the shop. So yeah, I was also reminded that someone had requested a shop tour on one of my videos, so that's probably something else that I might try and squeeze in. I might try and do that one tomorrow as part of Vlogtober. So yeah, hopefully I remember. Hey, I'm just going to sign off and enjoy the rest of my evening, and with any luck I shall see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.